I think he's a good bull. He's facing away. I think that's why he doesn't look as big. Just like he's out on that point. I'll let you go first because I'm big. You on him, John? Yeah.
It begins with a legendary pioneer in wildlife filming. Wilderness, adventure, and fair chase trophies define him. A son adds to the legacy and becomes the voice for a generation of hunters. Today, the third generation pursues trophy big game in places where success comes from skill, determination, and grit. Now, 60 years of hunting tradition comes down to one defining moment.
We're the Eastmans. We've been filming and hunting for over 60 years and 3 generations, and these are just a few of our adventures.
This is Eastmans Hunting TV. It's big game hunting, and it's as real as it gets. Eastman's Hunting Journal is brought to you by Mossy Oak, Sportsman's Warehouse, Zeiss, Savage Arms, EBERLESTOCK, Technu, Yeti Coolers, Bog Pod, Hornady, and Eastman's Hunting Journal.
Hi, I'm Guy Eastman, your host, and this is Eastman's Hunting TV. On today's episode, we're going to head to Big Sky Country after trophy bull elk. I've drawn a very limited, hard-to-get tag in Montana. Now, this is a late season hunt for big bulls. There's not a lot of elk in this area, but there can be some real trophy bull elk. This is a late season hunt. The bulls are done rutting and they've bachelored back up and are waiting for the winter to come. It's November, the snow is starting to fall, and the temperatures are dropping fast. So let's not waste any time. Let's head to eastern Montana after trophy bull elk with a rifle. Montana is big sky country and known for great elk hunting, but not all parts of Montana are crawling with bulls. In this particular region, the herd density is very low, meaning we'll have to cover a lot of country to find a big bull. This area does hold some of the biggest bulls in Montana. Now, let's go see if we can find one.
Last year, they crossed here and down over here, and if I check here and there's no tracks, we'll just back out and go check another patch, see if there's any around,
After hunting hard all day, searching high and low for a big bull, and coming up empty-handed, not even glassing up a single elk, it becomes very clear we're going to have our work cut out for us on this hunt.
Presenting the Eastmans Trophy Deer Tour.
Today we're going to take a look at one of the bucks as part of our Eastman's Trophy Deer Tour. Each year we scour the country in search of 12 world-class heads to travel to various hunting shows and sporting events. So let's go check in with Roger Sellner and see which huge buck he has for us to take a look at today.
Here's a great mule deer taken by Archie German in 1958 in Harney, Oregon. Grosses 240s. Sportsmen and hunters love big deer. We like spread or mass. This carries the mass all the way to the end. You can't put your hands around almost any of the places on the beams. A feature of the Eastmans 2015 Deer Tour. I'm Roger Sellner. Come see us at the shows.
Eastman's Hunting and Bow Hunting Journals are the #1 magazines for Western big game trophy hunters. Now, for a limited time, subscribe and we'll send you a gift absolutely free, plus shipping and handling. Call to subscribe or get it digitally now. Eastman's Hunting Journal is brought to you by Mossy Oak. It's not a passion, it's an obsession. Sportsman's Warehouse, America's premier outfitter. Zeiss, we make it visible.
Welcome back to Eastmans Hunting TV. We're in Montana chasing trophy bull elk during the late rifle season. The weather is warm and the low population density has us searching every nook and cranny for a big post-rut bull. We know of a few isolated pockets that usually hold some elk. Let's go glass into them and see if we can turn one up. It's late on the third day, and we have yet to turn up a mature bull. The Montana elk season is over a month long, so we decide to head out to some other hunts and come back in 3 weeks when the weather turns colder, much colder, as in 10 degrees below zero colder. Big frame, you can tell too.
One's a 6x and one's a 6x7, the two big frame bulls.
Still don't see any of the others, do you? This bull's got pretty good thirds, I think. That or his fourth is really low on the antler. Yep. The old bull's real dark. Darker body and bigger. Well, I sure would like to be laying on that ridge in that hayfield right now. Rested up with a backpack. It's finally November, and the rut is all but a distant memory now. The bulls are grouping back up and traveling to secluded areas to recuperate from the rut and ready themselves for the upcoming winter. Well, we've got 3 bulls up there, and they've come out real close to dark here feeding. So we don't want to push it. We're going to come in probably in the morning and be set up right here when the sun comes up so we can figure out where they're at and make sure we know where they're at before we tromp in there. But one of them is a big bull, big 6-point bull, and the other one, the smaller one below that's like a 350. So yeah, I don't know how big he is. I can't tell so far away. I can't tell his lower end, but his top end is big. His beams are long, his fourths, his fifths are long. Just a matter of what he has down low. But those two are big bulls, and then the other one is just like a 300. He's not a huge bull, but a nice bull. They're all 4, I'm sure, mature bulls just wintering together. It's getting toward the end of November here, and these bulls are bachelored up. Horns are getting itchy. They're tired of carrying those horns around. They're pushing each other around a little bit, trying to loosen them up, hoping they'll fall off pretty soon, The rut's all over, and it's winter time. And usually, knock on wood, this time of year when you get them in the late season, they're just feeding and bedding. They're pretty predictable, so hopefully they'll be right back in here in the morning. We can put a stock together.
Eastman's Hunting Journal presents advanced tips and tactics. Brought to you by Eastman's Hunting Journal magazine.
Researching your next elk area is very important to your off-season preparation. Finding a good elk area starts with selecting the right state or mix of states to apply for. Most western states, with the exception of Colorado and Idaho, have draw processes in place for non-resident elk hunters. If you're just new to the game, consider applying for 3 opportunity states like Colorado, Idaho, Wyoming, and Montana. Then add to that a couple of hard-to-draw trophy states like Arizona, New Mexico, Utah, and Nevada. When researching your elk area choice within each state, always look at the season dates. As a rule of thumb, the toughest time to hunt bull elk is from the 15th of October to the 10th of November. Also, try to find the bull-to-cow ratio for your area. I always look for areas that have a bull-to-cow ratio in the 10 to 20 bulls per 100 cows range. Access is another key criteria to consider when choosing an elk area. Try to find elk areas that have at least 50% public land or public access. Elk are roamers, and you'll need access to as much country as you can get to be successful. And last, look at the area's prior hunter success rates. An elk area with historic hunter success rates on branch antler bulls in the 20 to 30% range is adequate. For easy, quick access to this information and more, take a look at the MRS section in the back of every issue of Eastman's Hunting Journal. This section is one of the most powerful tools in Western trophy hunting research.
Closed captioning is brought to you by Outdoor Edge, the official knives and game processing sets for Eastman's Hunting TV. Quality knives and tools for all of your outdoor adventures. Eastman's Hunting Journal is brought to you by TechNew, outdoor solutions since 1962. Savage Arms, the definition of accuracy. Yeti Coolers, wildly stronger, keep ice longer. You shoot with the best, protect them with the best. Liberty Safe.
Some people would call this a very tough time of year to hunt elk, but there's a silver lining to every cloud. If you really want to kill the biggest bull in an area, this can be the time. Spotting these big bulls was a welcoming sight, as my first 2 trips to Montana earlier in the season didn't net the type of bulls we were after. This is a very low-density elk area, and finding the elk can be more than half the challenge here. As the sun rises, the temperatures drop to well below 0, putting the bulls on the move back to their bedding area early. With the bulls split up and bedded already, we're forced to just ease through the country, nice and slow, hoping to pick off a bedded bull on a north-facing timbered slope. My buddy Ryan finally spots a bedded bull, and now we have to get a better look to see which bull it is.
I think he's a good bull. He's facing away. I think that's why he doesn't look as big. That one's a 7-point. Just ease out on that point. I'll let you go first because if we catch you.
It looks like he's the second biggest bull of the bunch, a big frame 7-point, and he's within range. Now we have to sit back and wait for him to stand up. My past experiences have shown that deer and elk usually only lay in one place for about 2 or 3 hours max. So now we just have to sit back and wait him out and let the big bull make a mistake by standing up to change positions.
This portion of the show has been brought to you by Hunt by Onyx Maps, Land Ownership Hunting Maps. Eastman's Hunting Journal is brought to you by EBERLESTOCK, Get Out There, Bog Pod, the sticks with the red grips, Hornady, accurate, deadly, dependable, outdoor edge, quality knives and tools for the big game hunter, and Eastman's Hunting Journal.
Welcome back to southeastern Montana, where we finally located a trophy late-season bull elk. The anticipation is nearly killing us as we patiently wait him out, hoping he stands up soon, offering us up a good clean shot on the slumbering bull. This bull has no idea we're patiently waiting in the rocks, only 400 yards away. As he sleeps away, I patiently comb the timber looking for the big 6-point that was with him last night, but I can't seem to turn him up anywhere. After almost 3 long hours, the bull finally stands up to stretch. Big mistake.
Nice shooting, guy.
Well, this hunt is now concluded, fellas.
Pleasure hunting with you. Great shooting, bud.
He's a nice bull.
Congratulations, bud.
He's a nice bull.
Congratulations.
Thanks, man.
Absolutely, bud. Enjoyed it.
There he is. Look at the body on that thing. Awesome. God, I bet his chest is over 30 inches deep.
He's just a huge body. And again, that sometimes will help make you misjudge horn.
This bull's bigger than we thought, Jim. Look at the mass and the beams on him. Oh, I am just pleased as punch. Well, here he is, the big Montana bull. Nice 7x7, an old battler. He's missing probably 5 or 6 inches off this tine here. He probably had a long, hard rut, but we got him down, made a great 400-yard shot from the rocks up there, and took forever for him to get up out of his bed. I mean, we watched this bull for probably 3 hours this morning in his bed, and he finally got up, and I got on the gun and dropped him back down. He literally piled up right back in his bed. But he's just a big, old, heavy bull, big 7x7. You know, I didn't think he was this big, actually. Not very often you get surprised that way. It's usually the other way. You get the ground shrinkage going on, but this bull actually went the other way. I think because his body's so big. I mean, he is a big body bull. I saw him last night through the spotting scope. He's probably right around that 350 mark. Just heavy, long-tined, almost 54-inch main beams, just a huge bull. And couldn't be happier. We had a lot of fun down here. I'd like to thank Jim Brennan and Ryan Litwin, my friends, for helping me out on this hunt. It's been a lot of fun, a long season. Next week is Thanksgiving, so I'll be home in time for Thanksgiving, and this is the final hunt of the year. So it's been a long fall, but we've kind of put the icing on the cake with this big old bull. I hope you enjoyed today's show and this elk hunt here in eastern Montana. Until next time, remember, fair chase is the only way to hunt and take trophy big game. We'll see you next week right here on Eastmans Hunting TV. That's it. Punched. Season's over.